What's up, everyone? It's Adar coming back at you with another video for Startup Engineering Daily. Today we have another Gemini use case. We have some interesting one-off tweets and maybe the future of humanoid robotics. So let's hop right into it. First, as you can see, we have a tweet from Didi here, who I guess is a VC at Menlo Ventures, but definitely interesting resume. And here he's showing that you can basically remodel a room just using Gemini 2.0 experimental image generation, which is very interesting. This is kind of like Level's interior AI. So if you want to build a clone, Gemini experimental could be something to look into. Next, moving on, we have Pierre Richardson, who's the founder of Cow.com, and kind of leaking that they almost bought Shadcn back in the day, which is interesting because everyone knows that he works for Vercel now, but I'm not sure how clear it was that the actual component library was acquired, but this is what it seems to say from Pierre, so it's really interesting. I wonder if there would have really been any differences. I don't think Cow.com would have wasted the ownership. I still think it would have been as big as it is, but obviously Vercel is more tapped in with Next.js. But you can see here they actually have credit for Cow, where Shadcn apparently copied the first button component style. So that's interesting. Next, we just have a follow-up on Sentry and tracing. I'm not sure exactly what's happening here, but essentially it seems that you can use Sentry with Drizzle to get monitoring and feedback on your databases. So this seems to be that as well. I'm not sure exactly what the GraphQL data loader is doing here. I think this person is just using a GraphQL data loader, but they have tracing for the DB, so it's quite interesting. Next, Free Code Camp has launched an event-driven architecture course, which is always great. When I first learned about this at reInvent for AWS in 2022, it really opened my eyes to how to build production software. And they're covering Clerk, the authentication library, and Next.js. So if you're trying to build something new, this could be a great place to start. And now into the big news. Baidu is announcing that they've revealed two new models, Ernie 4.5 and X1. Very interesting. They're saying that it delivers performance on par with DeepSeek R1 at only half the price. I'm not really sure exactly what they're showing because if you look at the benchmarks here, it's essentially saying Ernie 4.5 is better than 4.0 at nearly everything except for MMMU, which I'm not sure what that is, and that Ernie 4.5 is better than V3 Chat 4.0 and GPT 4.5 at all these different benchmarks, but they don't show against DeepSeek R1. But you can see here they have the model token prices. And I checked out the website. It's mainly in Chinese, so I had to translate it, but it did work pretty quickly, except I did get an error when trying to request some more information. But if we go to the spreadsheet for LLM cost analysis, you can see here that like they said, it is about half price of DeepSeek R1. So you're looking at 28 cents per million on input and $1 on output, which is about half price. And this doesn't include caching and all that. This is just a rough overview. But once again, China is innovating on AI. However, it's still not competitive with Gemini 2.0 Flash, which is probably what I recommend for AI chat building at this time, because it's still about 5 times cheaper than the nearest competitor. And if we go back to the tweet, we can see that they are planning to open source the 4.5 model series, but I'd like to see more on X1 and kind of explain the differences, but maybe I'm just not tapped in enough to understand this. Moving on, we have some React drama. Ryan Florence, who I believe is the founder of Remix Run, at least one of them, which was acquired by Shopify and is a web framework similar to Next.js, is tweeting that they are in the Vite documentary, but not in the React one. Oh, even Theo's in it, which is interesting. And this also goes to show they're announcing the Vite documentary is coming soon, so that should be really fun to watch. I'm not sure what the beef is between the React core team and the Remix team. I know Next.js is kind of like the poster child right now, but the React core team does have some strange tweets sometimes, but I don't really know the internals, so I won't speak beyond that. And now moving on, we have Brett Adcock from Figure Robot, which has raised over $750 million, showing off BotQ, their new manufacturing facility, which looks quite interesting. However, they are getting some flack. I'm not sure if there's anything that we can find here. Yeah, you can see like a tweet like this. Bro read a book 6 months ago, is not an expert on high rate manufacturing. If you're not aware of Figure, don't get it confused with Neo, which is the one that had the viral ad of the humanoid robot in the living room. Figure is another company mostly known for how much money they've raised, but you can see they are making big promises. So alpha testing this year, we should be able to get some content out of that, and we'll see if they're really true to this or if they are the Theranos of robotics, as I saw someone else say. Next, we just have something quick. Garry Tan requesting a product for a browser extension that, just makes the web cleaner. I don't think this is a great business idea. It's kind of hard to compete on this stuff, and Google is so anti-competitive. This guy got super mad because YC didn't want it, which is, tragic, but it happens. And you can see here, it's just hard to make money off browser extensions now, especially since you can't minify them. So they are really like an act of love at this point. And lastly, we have Aiden Bai, who we talked about yesterday, following React Scan and showing that product off. But he has a new product called Same.Dev, which essentially is a website cloner using an LLM. And someone essentially got in and managed to run the VM underlying the website deployment. And, he's running Doom, running NeoFetch. And Aiden says that's cool, I guess. So if you want to check out Same.Dev, you could get free EC2 for now, I guess, until it gets shut down. But I believe you don't have to pay for anything on the website currently. So that's a fun exploit. That's all the news for today. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Thanks.